and we'll remind each other to talk. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another edition of RJ's Lives. Man, we got all kinds of stuff going on. We're having some technical difficulties. So, what we've decided to do, because we're dealing with an echo, is we're all going to mute unless we're the ones speaking. So, this will be a little bit different. You might see some sign language and some other stuff, little things that to get everybody's attention and stuff. But yep, exactly, Cal. But we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna have a good time regardless. Thank you guys for showing up in the chat room. We've already got like 15 guests. This is awesome. We got Addicted to Blades. We have Randy's WSG. Gizmo Carr is here. Jeroen Voss. Jess Milliken, who said he is going to be launching his channel next week. And so that's very exciting, Jess. Let me know when you do that. Send me a link. And if you want to be on the channel to help promote your channel, if you'd like to come on the live stream, we'd love to have you on and do that. We have Stacy is here. Let's see who else. Sean is here. And I think I got everybody just checking the thing. I know Ground Fog is here. Galen is here. Broke as Knives is here, all the way from Arizona. Yep, I think I got everybody. If I missed you, let me know down in the comments. So as you see, we have our wonderful guest panel today. We have my producer extraordinaire, Tom from Knife Delights. We have fresh out of jail and on parole, Terry's Knives and Man Stuff, and Gunslinger Cal is here. Baxter is also out of jail and on parole. And our special guest this week is Kevin, the knife doctor himself. This is going to be a great episode because we got the doctor in the house and he's going to tell us all kinds of good stuff, interesting stories of knife restorations and stuff, I am sure. All right. So, guys, I'm going to mute out. We'll just kind of go in order. Tom, if you want to say what's been going on with you, and then we'll go to Terry, and then to the knife doctor. You can tell us a little bit about your channel and everything, and then we'll talk to Cal and to Andrew. All right, here we go, guys. I'm out.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Yep, we're experiencing that old technical difficulties. At least it's not a snowy picture. I'm going to go back to my producer duties and put some channel links up here. Folks, I do want to say at the very beginning of the show, I'm pretty busy doing that. I see a lot of people saying hi to me, and I don't have a chance to always respond back, but I am catching your comments. But I do like to put the channel addresses up there for everyone to see. So welcome to the show, and Terry, it's up to you.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the show. Appreciate y'all coming by to see us. Y'all get you a glass of Dr. Pepper and some potato chips and join in. I appreciate y'all. Most of y'all probably know that I hit 500 subs this week, and just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I greatly appreciate all of my subscribers and viewers and friends, and it's just been great. I really do appreciate it. It's been kind of a whirlwind the last 3 months. But I just want to say thanks to everybody. It's awesome. Thanks to RJ. It's been a pleasure being on these past 3 or 4 weeks. It's awesome. I really enjoy this, and just thanks to everybody. It's been great. All my friends, all these guys on the panel here. I've become very, very good friends with. I'll hush. Go ahead, Kevin. Take it away.
Well, hey guys, my name is Kevin. I have a channel called the Knife Doctor, and what I like to do is I like to go around to flea markets and pawn shops and yard sales and anywhere I can find a knife in need of repair. I don't look for the ones that are pretty and pristine. I look for the ones that are sick. They have broken blades, broken springs, and I just like to bring them back home and try to repair them. And if I can't repair them, I break them down and I try to use those for spare parts for future repairs. But that's just something I enjoy. And if I don't find a knife, it's just a hunt that I really enjoy. And it's always finding that next knife to repair. And it's just something that I love to do. So if you're interested in that kind of thing and everyday kit carry stuff, I also talk about some camping gear. I just love to do that. I love the outdoors. I love to go camping. I love to hike. And I love knives above all. So that's just me. And if you like that kind of thing, I'm the show. I'm the show for you. So that's it for right now. Take it away, Mr. Cow.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm basically the same thing as Kevin, but I make new knives mostly, and my secondary goal is to repair knives. I'm just going to start with the ones that I currently own. Every once in a while, I see one at the flea markets, I'll pick up, but I mainly go for the pretty ones and the pristine ones, but I will pick up the old and broken as well. Y'all all know the granddaddy Barlo that I had a hand in repairing, but other than that is my channel. Y'all know me, and looking forward to this live stream. So hope everyone's having a good Sunday, and take it over, Baxter.
Hello there. Good to be back. RJ, thank you for having me back. Kaylin, nice to see you. Terry, Tom, and Kevin, nice to meet you finally. My show is pretty much shorts, showing knives. I'm gonna start doing some minor repairs on like crooked blades or blades with play in them eventually. I generally go under Baxter's Blades. I made the mistake of changing my name to Old Man Baxter, and then Baxter's out of jail, and you can only change your name twice within 14 days. So I'm going to be Baxter's out of jail for another 9 days, apparently. So it wasn't real jail. It was just I couldn't comment like Terry. I think I mentioned in a comment about email or something, and they just basically put the kibosh on it. But it's happened to a lot of people. Randy and Terry, and but good times. I'm just a general collector, and lover of the hobby.
All right, that is fantastic, Baxter. I'm glad you're out of jail, by the way, because we miss you if you're behind bars there. And Terry, you too. You guys need to just cool down with your shenanigans, whatever they are. I mean, how dare you ask somebody to email you? I mean, that's got to be a crime nowadays. I don't know why, but I did want to say it is Veterans Day weekend, so happy Veterans Day to all the vets that are out there, and thank you for your service. I'm wearing my Army T-shirt today because I figured why not. I brought my little case commemorative Army knife. It's a mini trapper, but here, let me bring myself up full screen. Oh yeah, we'll take a look at that one too, Kevin, in just a second. So yeah, so I wanted to bring it. This is a case mini trapper. So the shield on it says Army, and then it's got the stars on the bolster there, and it's got the nice blade etch, a little scroll saying U.S. Army, established in 1775. And this is an improved pattern. So it has the secondary is the Wharncliffe. So it's a very nice knife, very beautiful. But I figured that, since it's Veterans Day weekend, this is a great time to pull that out. And just a reminder to all our vets that you guys are always welcome here, and we always enjoy having you here. I know that Tom is a retired U.S. Navy. I don't know if you retired from the Corps, Kevin, but I know you're in the Marines. And then I don't know if any of the other three of you served or not, but we can find that out real quick. But yeah, that's really cool. And thank you guys for your service, especially you, Tom, because you did a whole lot. I was in for just a little bit. I was in for about 5 years, almost 6, and Tom, he stayed the full course. So good for you. But yeah, Kevin, I'm going to bring you up full screen, and we're going to go ahead and get you to show that knife that you were showing off a second ago, and I'll go ahead and mute out.
I gotta unmute. Yeah, this here is a Schrade lockback Sep 7, and it's this knife here was made in 1975. It was commemorating the 200th birthday of the Marine Corps, and a friend of mine gave this to me, and I used to work with. But it's a beautiful knife. But now this knife itself is 48 years old, so it's a remarkable shape. It's just I love this knife, and I'm today will be the last day that I'll be carrying it. I've never carried it before, but I figured I'd bring it out for the Marine Corps birthday, which was Friday, November the 10th, and I just want to say thank you for all the veterans who sacrificed their time, parts of their life for the country. I want to thank you all for your I stutter some, so for your service. But this is a great knife. I just figured I'd carry this, but the Marine Corps now is 248 years old. Hoorah! So I'm out now.
Yep, that is awesome. And what was it they said about the Marines that on November 10th, 1775, they were formed in a bar, and that's all you need to know?
Yeah, they were the Ton Tavern in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
in 1775.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lots of good history there. My dad was a Marine, so I have a special place in my heart for all the Marines out there. It's all good stuff. All right, we'll go ahead and go over to you, Tom. We'll see what you had to show.
Okay, I'm holding off on my Marine jokes for a while because I have some serious business. Here you go, knife doctor. This one needs some serious work. This is a beautiful toothpick, powder horn pattern, nice big one. You can see the blade is absolutely shot, and the covers were shot. And this was one of my first attempts. I was just playing around, and I made these wood covers for it. Just playing around again. The only thing I can make out on the tang stamp is St. Louis. And I'm wondering if this wasn't maybe Shapely Hardware or something like that out of St. Louis. But I don't know. Do you make blades, or do you know someone that could make a toothpick blade for this? Because it's a wonderful frame, and I'd love to see it being used again. So that's all I got, RJ.
Okay, I'm going to try this just for continuity's sake. I'll stay unmuted, but if the echo comes back, if we do one at a time, I think that might help for just the speed of the conversation and stuff like that. So who wanted to go next? Did somebody have a knife or something they wanted to show? Okay, Terry, let's go ahead and bring you up, and we'll take a look at that.
I don't have a knife, commemorative knife for the service or anything. But what I do have is a Zippo. I don't know if it's coming in or not. Yes. The American bald eagle with the soldiers, in shadow in the wings there.
Yeah, it's showing. That looks good.
I thought that was pretty neat. I don't have any of my knives with anything military on them.
Were you in the military at all, Terry?
No, sir. I wasn't. I grew up on the farm. My daddy was my drill sergeant.
There you go.
Yeah. But now I do have a couple of knives here that I'm gonna have Kevin to be looking at. This is it's an old Camco that just the main blade. It's a little Stockman, and the back spring on for the back two blades work real good, but the main blade just has no. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna have Kevin look at it. I don't think it's the back spring. I think the blade is wore out. If that's the case, then we may not be able to do anything about it. But I'm gonna make an appointment with the doctor on that. And a little later on in the show, I'll get into something that he and I are doing.
All right, very good. Well, I guess I can show you the one I have, Kevin, which I think you're going to find this interesting because I did. This is a pawn shop find, and it's an old Camp King. So that was cool in and of itself. Oh, hey, JB, I see you're here. Fantastic. I'm glad you're here. But this Camp King is a hammer brand, but it has these kind of red and black covers to it, these shell covers. And I had never seen a camp knife in these colors ever. I've seen them black, and, like with black jigging and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, very tough to open. This knife is not cleaned up at all, but carbon steel, as you can see, it's got some patina. But a couple of these blades, I mean, it's like to open the opener and stuff. I mean, this is a straight up nail breaker, but really cool. I think this could have a lot of good life in it. It just needs to be basically cleaned up, and the can opener, that's about a 10 also.
Yeah, it looks good. But it's like it's in great shape. It just needs to be oiled and cleaned. I think.
Yeah, it just needs to be oiled and cleaned, and so I can use all the assistance and whatever stuff you would do for this. But I thought that the covers were just so unique because I'd never seen one in this.
I've never seen one like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what caught my eye, and I was like I just had to pick it up, and then I saw it was a hammer brand, and I was like, wow. Now, the other thing it did is that the price tag they had on it, it's still got the sticky on here, and I cannot, even alcohol doesn't take it off. So
how about, have you tried, is WD 440? Have you tried that?
I have not.
So that really gets some glue off. It's good for getting glue.
So. Okay. I'll try that for sure. Yeah, because I have some of that out in the garage. But yeah, I thought, that's a really cool knife, and one that I thought, I might be able to restore on my own. I just, but yeah, it definitely needs a lot of cleaning and oiling. TLC, absolutely. It deserves it because it's a survivor,
That's
and
right. It looks good.
I've never seen one with those covers, and I was just really impressed with that.
Yeah, the only ones I've ever seen are black scales.
Yep, me too. All right. Did anybody else have something they wanted to show? Okay, Cal, we'll get you up here.
I showed this one last weekend. This is a World War II naval or army knife. Not sure exactly which one. This is a Imperial 1936 to 1956, I believe. And there's a beautiful spear there. Still has all the functionality and all the snap still. And still has all the pin blade too.
Nice.
And only thing I may or may not repair this one. There's a tiny chip there. I mean, it's super small. So I don't know if it's even worth repairing, but
that's character, man.
Yeah,
that's character.
So, that's all I have for now.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Anybody else got something they want to show?
So when I was 12, 13, I was pretty hot and heavy to go in the military. I really wanted to be a Air Force pilot or Navy pilot. And unfortunately, my grades weren't well enough, but you got to have really good grades to be a pilot. And I was contemplating being a Navy SEAL or a Navy frogman like my grandfather. But when 18 came, it just wasn't meant to be. I do not have any commemorative knives. I do have this Junkin' Genius, Hank, to remember all the vets who are no longer around, of course. My real father was a gunner on a helicopter in the Army in Vietnam. My stepfather was a Marine in Vietnam. He went in at 17. He got shot twice. He has 2 Purple Hearts. He is mentioned in this book here, Hue, 1968, The Turning Point in the Vietnam War. He has a chapter in here. It blows my mind what these boys went through. I'm glad he's still around and still alive. As far as knives go, I do not have a commemorative knife, though. John and J.O. did gift me this little Steel Warrior toothpick. I think they call it Cancun Blue. I thought that was a really nice gift from him, and he also gifted me a slip just to congratulate me on the growth of my channel, which I think to have been, I'm kind of stalled out in the 550s, and Terry's catching me really fast. I bet he hits 600 before I do.
You never know. It could happen, but congratulations, you guys, on the growth of your channels and stuff. It just is awesome. I love seeing you guys, get in here and be successful and everything. It's awesome. I love it. And I'm glad that I get to kind of be part of it. As we all grow, myself included. Because I pick up subs, but watching you guys pick up subs, it's just as exciting for me as it is for you guys. And I'm just so happy when you guys do it. And I mean, when you look at the explosive growth of like Thrifty Kniffy and even Slip Joint Sawyer, those guys just blew up, and they've just gone on to bigger and better things, and so it's amazing when you see all the stuff and see how everybody's success and how they go. It's pretty cool. So it's just good stuff there in YouTube land. So thank you to all you viewers. Thank you for being kind to us and giving us subs. We all appreciate each and every one of you. That's for sure. 1 minute said he's been stalled at 7:45. Well, you know what, Patrick? Do you want to come on the show? You can come on and we can help promote your channel. That's for sure. And hey, Joe from Messer HQ, glad that you are here. Rob's Nerdy Knives, hello and welcome. So yeah, that's it. And then Jerome says he's growing too. Sadly, his wife points out. So I guess you must be growing in the wrong direction, as they used to say. You got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. Watch those carbs. They get you. They sneak up on you. All right. Who's next, guys? You got something, Terry? All right. What is this, a Sunday Stockman Stampede?
Hey, man, what you talking about?
Yes, sir.
But I want to, kind of go on what Andrew was saying. Tom and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago about channel growth. And, we've had conversations about a lot of these guys that were in the mainstream modern knife that is easing over into slip joints. Welcome. Y'all have come over to the right side. But, channel growth right now seems to be just in our favor in the slip joint world. It's I don't know that it's because we're so grand or anything like that. I think it's just because of our content that the slip joints that they're just kind of catching back on, and people are moving back in that direction, which is awesome. It's awesome. But
Yes,
the
sir.
little knife I was going to show you is I picked up a new, and I'm not going to get real deep into it, but I picked up a nice little knife this week, and I'll do a review. It'll come up on the channel, in the next week or two. But it's a USA made Baron Son, and nice little Stockman. It's about the same size as a Case 18, and it's got the carbon steel blades and this purple bone. Now they say on the package and everything that this is purple stag. I'm pretty sure it's just bone. It could be stag. It's just hard to tell, but it's just really, really neat. Really, really nice. Baron Son can sometimes be a little hit and miss, but I'm real proud of this one right here.
That's really cool. The only person that's going to have a problem with the purple is Byron Kennedy. He does not like the color purple for whatever.
I'm sorry,
reason.
Byron.
I told him there's got to be some kind of backstory to that. I don't know what it is. He hasn't shared. But since you brought out a purple knife, I happen to have one here, which I think everybody knew that if you're talking about purple, that purple barn board Barlo from Case is going to come out. And I still love this knife. I just think this is the neatest little Barlo. I cannot wait. Oh, thank you, Knife Delights. He just gifted a RJ's membership. Tom, you'll have to tell me who gets that. But yeah, I love these little Case Barlows, and I'm really looking forward to this next year in 2024 to see what other ones I end up collecting. But I'm so glad I was able to pick this one up. Hey, Cheeto. Let's see here. Let me exit out of here. Yes, I agree with you, William. I agree with you. Yeah, he's talking about everybody getting to 1,000 so that you can monetize a little bit. And that is absolutely one of the goals. Go ahead, Tom, and I'll let you say who got the gift of the membership.
Well, none other than Luminati Ninja. Congratulations.
Oh, that is awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, Luminati, send me email, and then I'll send you some channel swag. I'm at rjsknives@gmail.com. Hopefully that won't throw me into channel jail because I solicited an email. All right, Cal, you ready?
I have another 1936 Imperial. This one. This is a trench knife, and I picked this up for $5 at the flea market. All I did was just I applied just a little bit of saddle soap to the leather. It was very dry, and I didn't do anything else to it. Left all the dirt in there and everything. Oh, don't want to drop it, but yeah, she's old. Lots of patina there on the blade. I love how it feels in the hand. It feels really good.
That is one good looking knife, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. But see if you can see the thing stamp there. Not really. But it says Imperial Providence, Rhode Island with no USA. So yeah, that's my other military knife, or military-esque knife. I don't know that it ever saw service, but they would definitely use something like this fighting. So that's all I have.
Okay. William is on fire today with his comments. Yes, Kevin, did you have something?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna share some more knives, or I have two I'd like to share. I found yesterday at that 65-mile yard sale. Well, I don't have to do it right now, just whenever.
Whenever you're ready. Tom's holding up a sign there to be sure to hit the like button. That does help with the channel. That does help with the algorithm. Byron, you're lurking. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. I have to lurk while I go to the hardware store and rebuy the stuff I asked my wife to get. Rookie mistake, serves me right. I should have just asked for purple unicorns. Yeah, that would have been easier. That's for sure sometimes. But yep, GoFundMe will be announced soon when I go into jail. I know that Terry and Baxter, they had GoFundMes to get out on probation themselves. What do you guys have to serve, a 1-day penalty or something like that? It was 24 hours. You couldn't comment. Yeah.
Yeah, 24 hours.
That is crazy.
You can comment.
Hey, Ken.
You can comment on your own. If you make a video, you can comment on your own video, but you can't comment on anybody else's video.
That is crazy. All right. Mikey Newman just gifted a membership. Who got that one, Tom?
That went to 1 Minute Knife Review. Congratulations.
Awesome. That is so cool. Well, same thing, Patrick. Send me an email and I'll send you some channel swag. And that should be very cool. Yep. Send me your address and we'll get that out to you. All right, Kevin, if you'd like to go ahead and show us some knives, I'll bring you up full screen. We'll take a look.
Yeah, yesterday I partook in a 65-mile yard sale. It went from Camilla, Georgia, all the way over to Fort Gaines, Alabama, and I didn't make it all the way because I was pretty tired by about halfway through. But I did find some knives, and one of them is a Camilla's here. I don't know if you can see the stamp tang, but that stamp tang in particular is from 1946 and 1956, and the handles are gone. And I'm gonna enjoy putting new scales on this. I'm probably gonna be doing deer stag, but you see, it don't have a punch blade. It's just got a pin blade there. I thought that was neat, but it has a can opener, flat tip screwdriver, a bottle of the opener, and main blade, but it's in great shape. It just needs to be cleaned up and new scales put on here. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of this repair. I'm going to tell you. And the other one I'm fixing to show is just, if I'd have just found this knife alone, I'd have been satisfied yesterday. Along with, I went on this trip a few years ago. It is a little town, a little community there I come across. The woman sells Brunswick stew. I don't know if y'all ever had it, but if I'd have found this knife and ate her Brunswick stew again, it'd have made my day, and it did, believe me. But this is the knife here. It's actually it's a Boy Scouts of. It's an official Boy Scouts knife. I don't know if y'all can see this. I tried to clean it up a little bit just so y'all can read that. But it's also a Western knife.
That is so cool.
But it's got the handles are gone, but the blade's in great shape. It just needs to be cleaned up. But again, I'm gonna put a deer stag on this and clean it up. And I just went to a knife sheath class. So this is gonna be the first attempt of me making a knife sheath from scratch.
Nice.
It won't be on the same video, but I'll make this knife, and then I'll have to really concentrate and go buy the stuff to make the sheath for it. But I'm really looking forward to this repair also. But you can tell it's in great shape. All it needs is the scales here and cleaned up.
That's fantastic. That's going to look awesome.
It's a Boy Scout knife. I don't know if y'all ever, I don't know if whatever y'all like, but it's just like a person seeing a buck come out on opening day or something. A big old. It's like when I find stuff like this, my heart goes to it. It races, and I just love to find stuff like this because that's just a hunt. You just you never know what you're gonna find that day, and it's just amazing that you can find stuff like this out there. It just needs a little bit of TLC. So,
absolutely, and that is so cool.
It.
I know what you're saying, because when you go to those places, to a pawn shop or a thrift store or a yard sale or something, and you find something really cool that you've never seen before, or something that's
Yeah.
unique out there. It is. It's a big, the hunt is part of it. That's for sure.
It is. It is.
Whether you're hunting online or not. And we had Luminati Ninja. He gifted a membership to MBEDC. Thank you, Tom. I see that. And so, oh, Tony's Ponies, you're never late. You showed up just in time. We're just getting started. And besides, you can always catch the replay later. And for anybody that's watching the replay of this later on, welcome. Thank you. We're glad that you decided to tune in, even if it's not exactly live. But when you get a chance to catch it, we appreciate those views, and we are glad that you're part of the audience, even if you're not able to participate in the live chat. We just like having you here. That's for sure. So yes, absolutely. The hunt is part of it. In fact, Tom, I was going to tell you, I was doing a little bit of hunting on eBay, and I found a knife. I'll be talking to you about it, but I found a buck knife. I think a thing or two about buck knives, so maybe you might even have one. I think you might even have. You got a couple? Just a little small. I think you only own like what, one or two series of maybe three. I'm pretty sure you have one, but I'll talk to you about it offline, and the rest of you will have to wait for a really cool video. But I have to wait for it to get here, So one of those things that you win an auction on the weekend, and now the worst part, you have to wait for it to get shipped out to you. All right, who wants to go next? Anybody got something? All right, Andrew.
Something here. So I believe it may be Tom's mic that's causing the delay, because everybody else, when they unmute, it doesn't seem to be a problem. But not to pick on Tom. So this is one of the new case offerings. They're releasing them back. They called it a medium Texas jack. It's really not a Texas jack. It's just kind of a medium jackknife. This is the emerald green. And I don't know if you can see there. It's a lot lighter than the pictures, but it is a nice bright green. I'm glad they're bringing this pattern back. I was going to get it in purple barnboard, but I do have a purple barnboard copper lock and a Barlo, so I figured I'd try something new. Very cool. They are going to come out with a Texas jack again. I don't know when that's going to be released, but this is, what is it? 62087. Somewhat affordable. New. I just wanted a jackknife because all I have is my older case little jack. This is about 3 1/4 inches. Really good snap, no half stops on it. But just be aware that if you go for any of the emerald green series, it might, all bone takes different, but it might turn out to be kind of a paler green. But really excited that they're releasing this and the copper locks in the full size form, and they're bringing back the Barlows. On another note, I did pick up this Rough Rider cotton sampler. I have one other one. It's the High Plains. I couldn't pass this up. It was like $9, and I prefer the smaller one for some reason. It's a good cheese cutter. I like the smaller one. This actually was more expensive than this large one, but I did notice this is the first Rough Rider I've seen with no match strike pulls. Now the pictures show a match strike pull, so I don't know if this is a factory defect, but it does have Rough Rider stamped on the blade. Everybody's favorite, the Spey Skinner blade. But I was pretty impressed with this. Brown bone, no stamp on the front bolster for $9 and change. I do want to do some thrift store shopping. Kevin does a lot of flea market stuff. I have watched his videos. I was curious, Kevin, I didn't hear what kind of handle were you going to put on that survival knife, that Western?
It's going to be deer stag.
Oh, cool.
I bought some actually at the yard sale yesterday. They're really big and thick, and that's part of what that video is going to be out tomorrow. Hopefully, it's just you have an hour of filming, and then you got to condense it down to about 12 minutes. So it's a lot
Yeah.
of the video work there, but yeah, that's
Are you
what's
gonna
going to
pin
be.
it and glue it, or just glue it?
I'm going to pin it and glue it, and I have liners as well to go in between the bone and the metal.
So the glue you use, is it just like a slow curing 2-part epoxy?
I really have had good luck with the Gorilla Glue, and it's the clear, and I haven't had an issue at all. They get wet. I use them all of the time, and it's that clear epoxy glue. And you have to, on that, when you're using that though, if you have a non-porous surface like the metal, of course, or glass, you have to dampen the porous side of like the wood or bone or something like that, and then apply it. And I haven't had an issue with that coming off at all. And you can pick that up at Dollar General or Walmart or stuff like that. So I don't think you have to use them nice, expensive epoxies as long as you use a nice, effective glue.
Yeah, Gorilla Glue is really good. My friend, I'm asking that because my friend has some stag scales that had come off his old bear survival knife or small little hunter, and he wants to apply them without pins, and because there was he doesn't want to crack it or anything, but he was just curious about like 2-part epoxies and stuff like that. But Gorilla Glue is interesting.
I'm no expert now, but all the stuff that I've done, I haven't had an issue with that. And there's also I used to use something else that I used on one other knife, and it's done good too. So, and I carry it every day. I'll have to go back and look at the video on exactly what I used because I don't forgot. But now I've switched to this clear Gorilla Glue because I can go right here and pick it up if I'm out. So.
Cool.
Right.
Can I just say that I don't use glue at all. I just pin them. I was actually recommended to not use glue, so I that's what my knife maker told me, and
I got you.
Yeah, I kind of. Some people use glue and pins, and I agree. But my friend is kind of afraid of cracking these old. I mean, because he's not very skilled in pinning and stuff. He's terrified of cracking the vintage stag on it and stuff like that. So he was just thinking about gluing it. He's not going to be using it for hard use. Just kind of, it's his old grandfather's knife.
I got you. Just my 2 cents.
Well, it's as valid as anybody else's opinion, that's for sure.
That's right.
And Don C says if you're not going to pin it, he recommends marine grade epoxy. Yeah, so there you go.
That's a good one.
William says super glue is bad. Don't ask him how he knows that. so we won't ask, but we'll take your word for it. I'm sure it was all Pepe's fault, anyways. Him or Boris. They were behind the super glue accident. All right, let's go ahead and see what you got there, Terry.
Well, the tired tiger comes out. They were talking about Texas Jacks, and so I didn't realize that they're going to come back out and start making these again. If they start making these again, I'll have a problem, because I would say between the Texas Jack and the regular copperhead, the 2-bladed copperhead, they would be running right up there with a Stockman with me, because this is a 1976 model, and this one in back then, see, the blades run so low that it's got the little cutout for the nail nick. I think maybe you can see it right there. And this is in real good shape, because a lot of times they'll get broke right there because it's so thin. But this knife is, I don't know if it'll show up on camera or not, but it is, the jigging, maybe right there, the jigging is wore thin on this. This has been in a pocket a lot of its life. But if they're going to make them, I'm really down with that. But let me show you. I know everybody knows, if you watch my channel, about the Buck Maverick. I mean, I absolutely, positively love this knife, the Buck Maverick. It's the most awesomest knife. It was a gift to me from a dear friend. Everybody knows Mr. Tom sent me that. I do. I love it. I use it all the time. And when we was at the case event, Brother Randy over at Georgia Adventures, he made me a sheath for it. And this is going to be the project that I'm taking to the knife doctor. And I'm going to see about taking these see how thin it is. We're going to see about taking these off and putting stag handles on it to make it a little fatter and rounder right there. And I think if we can get that done, this would be, I don't even know how to explain it. That's how much I really like this little old knife. I really like it. I really, really like it. And it's so useful for me. And the way I carry it now that he's made this slip for me like this right here is I carry it. I take this and I clip it. I put this down in my pocket and clip this on my watch pocket. And it's just a quick draw. I use this more than any knife in my collection now.
That's really a slick setup. I have not seen that, where you hook the little clip onto your fifth pocket, but that makes a lot of sense.
It came to me in a vision, RJ. I'm always using knives at work, or sometimes I'm having to cut straps and bands off of bundles, and sometimes bales of cotton. And a lot of times, when a truck backs in or whatever, it's got a seal on it. You have to cut that seal.
Right.
And I don't care for a modern folder anymore. Don't even carry one. So to go down in your pocket and take out your nice slip joint to cut a strap or something other, a fixed blade just pops right out. You pop it right back in. So carrying it right there in your front pocket just eliminates all problems.
Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. It really does.
I've got a couple of more. I'm gonna have to talk to Kevin when he gets a little bit better on making some slips. Me and him live so close together, because I got about 3 other knives that are kind of in the same boat as this one right here.
Yeah.
And I want sheaths made with that clip on it to carry them the same way.
Well, that the curve in that handle looks like that is just so perfect for that, because it's not going to stick up, into you. It's gonna curve away from you if you sit down or whatever. It's not going to.
It does.
Be in the way.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. We'll see. We'll see if we can do it. We can do it.
Okay. I'm betting that you can, because the way that curve is, it's not gonna poke up and get you.
If y'all can see that.
Yes, sir.
That's the way I carry it right there.
Yeah.
Terry, just make sure the stag, when you put it on there, it's not so thick it doesn't fit back into that clip slip.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I want it thin, but
thicker, a little bit thicker for the grip, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, not no gnarly stag like my other, like my Richardson that I got. I don't want it that gnarly, but
that beautiful popcorn stag.
Oh yeah,
That's some good stuff there. Yep, Don C. I agree. A fixed blade is the fastest deploying knife. That's right, because you just take it out of the sheath and it's ready to go.
Yeah, my new friend out there, not too far from you, RJ, over at Mike's Life, he carries a pen knife and a fixed blade, and that's what he carries. I notice a lot of people are starting to carry EDC fixed blades. They're handy.
Yeah, because it's handy, and I think also in a lot of places, a small fixed blade is not offensive to people, to have. That's for sure. So let's see. Okay, Cal, so you got something to show? Let's go ahead and do that. I got some stuff too, and then I'll go after you.
Showing the Texas Jacks. Have a 1987 with a silver shield. Started collecting those. seems to be a 87 and 88 thing. I have seen one or two 89s. I'm not sure if the had something left over that they were just using, but I've also seen 89s with the regular shield, so I don't know there. And this is the 32 pattern, I believe. Yeah, 62032 there with just your clip and your pin blade. And this one is in brown bone. Seems to need a little oil on the pin blade. It has no snap. Oh, there's a little bit. I did just get this one in, so I haven't had time to even look at it. So I'm noticing a little bit of rust back here on the tang, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a repair. So perfect for this video. And, but yeah, I really liked it. So with the shield. So these are what I'm collecting currently.
Yeah, I noticed that Case did that where they're calling the
There's another one.
87's a Texas Jack, but I thought the Texas Jack by definition was like the 32 or 33 with the square bolster.
They also make a 92 pattern Texas Jack, which is the large.
Okay.
Right here. This is the 92, and this is the large Texas Jack. Mine is the 81 model.
Uh-huh.
And,
Yeah, I'd actually have to go get my Texas Jack to take a look and see which. I believe it's a 32, but I'm not.
Most likely. I know they make the 27, the 87,
Right.
the 32, and the 92. But yeah, this one has the easy open as well on the pin blade, and 6292 there on the tang stamp.
Hey, Caleb, that 92, that's about the same size as a 75, ain't it?
No, sir, it's a tiny. It's about a 3/4 of an inch smaller. I'll show my new one here. Picked up a new 75 in amber bone.
Oh, nice.
Here is the 92 in comparison.
Okay.
Is that 75 have the carbon steel blades?
Yeah, this one is a 2007 model with the carbon steel.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I got a little honey hole there on eBay, and this guy never misses with his stuff, and he always gives me a really good deal. So
Nice.
Won't be giving that up.
Yeah, that's a beautiful knife.
The knife or the eBay seller?
The eBay seller or the knife. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's okay. You just tell me how much it is. I'll send you the funds, and you can buy it for me. How's that?
Absolutely. I'm totally okay with that.
Okay.
But I was watching some other guys, and it's actually Kevin with Boston Blade, and
Yes.
he gave up his honey hole. And the next time he went to buy a knife, the guy was completely sold out of all knives.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She did.
Okay, let's see what you got there, Tom. He's got his 5th pocket knife there. That looks like a nice small one. Oh, you don't want to go full screen? Okay. Yeah, so that's what he carries in his 5th pocket, Terry. So I guess it all depends on what brand jeans you buy as to how big you can of a knife you can put in there.
Yeah, he's a better man than me.
Well, of course it helps because Tom, you're what, about 7'9", so you can hide that pretty well. So that's why Tom couldn't serve in the submarines. He bumped his head on the overhead, so he had to be on those open deck ships. Yeah. So.
Hey, Kaylin, you showed a couple of Texas Jacks. The larger one, what's that pattern number? Do you remember?
That is the 92.
A 92.
Okay.
Yeah.
So The new Texas Jack 32, and my medium jack's an 87. So that's interesting.
That's two. Okay, well, I'll show a couple older knives that I have. I think I don't know if you guys remember this one. This was another little jackknife. This is a little Imperial that I found at a antique store. So it's again got the shell covers, but I liked this this nice little bluish green covers that it had. And this is just a little small guy, but definitely a fifth pocket knife for anybody. But they're kind of cool, you know. And then I showed this last week. Where did it go? Right here. This is that little anvil Stockman that belonged to my brother-in-law. You know, so it's got a nice little brown Delrin handles or covers on it. Got definitely some honest patina and wear. This was his Boy Scout knife, but it's always fun to have a fifth pocket Stockman. You know, those are kind of cool. We'll see if anybody else has something that they'd like to see. Okay, we'll go ahead and go with you, Terry, and I'll come back to you, Cal. In fact, I'll go grab some jackknives while you're there. So take your time, Terry.
Well, if y'all gonna start showing jackknives, I might well go ahead and show this old 1989 Copperhead. I think that's chestnut bone, Kaylin. I'm not 100% sure. You concur with that?
I concur. I got one identical to it.
Yeah, this is an '89 model, and I'm pretty proud of this one right here. This was a flea market find. I seemed like I got this one for around, I think somewhere around $35-40. I was pretty happy with it.
That's a great deal.
It's got extremely good walk and talk, and I really just like copper-headed knives. They're not so easy to find anymore.
There's still a vault pattern, yeah.
And I'm hoping that they will come back out. If they'll go back to making this knife, and I forgot the overall. What's the? It's a. I don't know if you. I guess you'd call it. Well, it's actually 3 15C. They probably call it a 4-inch knife, but to me, that's right on it. That is just right on it. I love it. And when we were at the case event, I still hadn't done a video on this knife yet, but this is a 2001 with the Rich Light. And I'm going to tell you, I have fallen in love with this Rich Light. And then the fact that it is a improved with that Warncliffe blade. I mean, just don't that pretty. I mean, don't that pretty.
Yes, sir.
I just love these things.
Well, I had to grab a couple copperheads myself.
Yeah, they're almost like larger jackknives, basically.
They really are.
Yeah, they are.
In other words, that's a 32, and you know, so they're not too bad. They're not that much larger. They are a little thicker in the girth than a Texas Jack. But if they pull that Texas Jack out, like you talking about, Andrew, if they start making this again, I want to buy every one of them they make.
Yeah, Silverbeard posted a picture on Instagram of all the new patterns that are coming out that Case is going to be releasing permanently. Yeah, like the Barlo and the jackknives and the full-size copper locks.
Well, that'd be good. The jackknives. That'll make our friend Tim of Fish. He'll be happy because he's a jackknife man.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. It made me happy too. I thought they made excellent choices on what they're going to bring back into the regular production. I thought
exactly.
those were all winners.
Well, most of us, especially in my age group, most of us like a multi-bladed knife. And a multi-bladed knife don't have to be 3 or 4 blades. It can be 2 blades, so a jackknife, there's some of us that really like, trappers. So the copperheads fall in that too, just a little smaller.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, Cal, I agree with you there, William. Okay, Tom's got big feet too. There's his boot knife. But the Barlo should have never been a vault pattern either. So he's 7'9". He wears what, a size 18 shoe, Tom? Is that about right? No? Bigger than that. Okay, size 20. Down for they basically got to skin a whole steer to make you a pair of shoes. Is that what you're saying? All right, we'll go ahead and bring you up, Cal.
You showing an old jackknife on the go. This is this was made right after World War II. The tank stamp on this one says 1946 to 1956, and just a little almost a peanut looking knife, and that's close to a peanut. And get out of there. People trying to call me. I'm on a live stream. What's wrong with them?
Don't they know where you're at?
But no, this is a little Imperial. I picked this up at a little antique store around here, and as you can see, it's in very, very good condition. Plenty of snap left on the blade, lots of pull. And I also, little Stockman I'm going to show. Picked up some new old stock, a 34. And 34 OT. This one is a US made. And found this at a flea market. Or I'm sorry, garage sale.
Nice.
Brand spanking new. Can't beat that.
That's for sure.
Yeah, those right there were nice finds, man.
Oh, absolutely. Last but not least, here's mine, Terry. My copperhead.
There you go.
And mine is a 96 model. Mine has half stops as well. And lots of patina. She was used as RJ would say, honestly. And has a real good snap on those blades. I love that pin blade snap.
All right, thank you, Joe A, for that contribution. That's for sure. Thank you so much.
It's really cool that one has half stops, Caitlin, because the when they released the vault pattern, it didn't seem like the new ones had half stops at all.
Oh, they have half stops on the copperhead.
The new ones?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's part of that pattern. There was a list I saw somewhere online. I forget which knife forum it was in, but it did. There's Tom's back pocket knife. Again, with the very small knives Tom has. But yeah, that pattern. There was a list of all the case patterns that actually have half stops, and copperheads are one of those.
Okay.
So that was just a part of that pattern. But I'll show you a couple of mine. I love the case copperhead myself, and I show my yellow one a lot. But here is the one I have that is in the amber bone, the amber peach seed jig, and this is in the chrome vanadium. So this came out that year, and as you can see, it's got a half stop. So, and then really nice pen blade. I really think they did a great job giving you a hefty pen blade on there. That's for sure. And then The other one I have, this is in the Rogers corncob type jigging, and just another beautiful example of the copperhead. So again, that great clip point blade that you get. I really like how they did that. But then another copperhead that you don't see as much. This is a Robert Kloss copperhead. It's got these mustard yellow Delrin covers, and a pretty cool little shield too. Oh, thanks, JB. JB just contributed $5. Appreciate that so much. Yeah, so you get a really nice clip point here, and this is kind of like the other versions that Rough Rider makes. Then you get a really nice skinning blade here as well. So very cool on that one. But yeah, here's my my case Texas Jack. And so I thought that was the squared bolsters and the size. This is a 32 pattern. I thought that was what made it a Texas Jack. And then, oh, hey, Nebu Cloud, glad to see you here. Happy Sunday to you too. And then here's the 87. Both of these are in CV, by the way, but it has the rounded bolsters. This actually looks identical to the case Peanut as far as having that same serpentine type shield and the way that this bolster comes down and stuff. This is just 1 inch larger than a Peanut, but same blades as a Peanut, but just longer. But I really find this to be a very handy knife because I like a Peanut too, but this just gives you a little more to hold on to. So instead of like with a Peanut being about a 2-finger knife, you can get all 4 fingers on this. It just disappears. But again, you get a really nice capable pen blade. So it's not just a little stubby one. But yeah, these are very cool knives. Of course, as you can see, the Texas Jack gives you even more of a substantial pen. And it's about the same clip, but I think it's larger again than the one on the 87. But they're very close. Very close. But there you go. That's what I was thinking. We can discuss these. See, that's what I mean about the conversation. It just kind of flows into whatever we want to talk about. Oh my goodness, Tom's got his toenail tripper. That's worse than your ear cleaner. I would say that's a toe splitter. You got to be careful with those things. But you're getting a lot of use up there. You're probably chopping a lot of firewood this time of year because you got a long winter ahead of you. That's for sure. So yeah, good stuff. Uh-oh, Cal brought out the hat. There we go.
I felt naked.
The gunslinger hat himself. Yeah, Stuart, it's a corn knife. And yes, a toenail remover. That's for sure. William had a request that we not show any more case knives because it's going to make him go buy another one. Oh, boy. Now we got Tom coming out with a hat, too. My goodness. What am I going to do with you boys?
Don't make me bust out my hat.
Well, you go right ahead, Baxter.
I think Kevin wants to say something.
Okay, Kevin, you go ahead.
There we go.
Yep.
All my
I like that one.
Did that come all the way from Way? It looks like one that you could find over there.
Yeah, I've just got one more knife to share on an upcoming repair, or not a repair, I should say an alteration.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get back to topic here.
Oh, we don't need a topic. We just need to talk about knives. That's the only topic we have.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go, Terry.
Now Terry's got his Sunday chapeau. That's what we're going to. This is the Sunday chapeau show. Salute. Sorry for interrupting, but go right ahead.
No, you're fine. Y'all are fine. I enjoy it.
Yep. We're just having a little fun. I'll bring you up full screen so you can show us what you got there.
10-4. When I was at the Georgia Bushcraft gathering last weekend, there was a guy that come all the way down from Ohio. He had like a flea market booth. There was a bunch of vendors there, but I really enjoyed his. His was my favorite by far, because I told him that all the time. I went back every day that I was there, and I picked up this Imperial fixed blade knife. It's got the handles are real cheap. They're really thin, tin. And the stamp on the tang is from 1956, 1988. But I'm thinking this is like the 60s, by the way it looks. But here it is. There, it's a real thin tin right there. But the blade is really good. It looks like it'll hold it. It's got a nice edge on it now, but it looks really good. But you can see the handles just don't do it any kind of way at all. It just makes it look really, really cheap. So what I'm going to do here, I've got this deer stag, and you see how it's good and straight here. I'm going to cut it off. Well, first I got to take these off. It all depends on what this looks like up underneath, whether I can put pins and glue, but I'm not going to split this. I'm going to cut it and hollow it out where this will fit up in there. And then at the end here, I'm going to leave the end, but I'm going to get this little edge off here where it's going to be good and round. And I'm going to stick a genuine buffalo, a nickel here. And it's going to look really good, I think. And then again, I'm going to make a sheath for it.
Oh, yeah, that'll be nice.
But that's going to be a real cool project, and I can't wait to start on it, but it's going to be real nice. So. But he had all kinds of old knives that I bought several of those, and I brought them back here. But he come all the way down from Ohio with a flea market type booth, and I really enjoyed it. So,
that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, let me let you go, Tom, and then I'll get right back down to you there, Cal.
Just real quick, Randy wanted to see a single-bladed case knife. So I have this slimline trapper. Byron, if you're watching, avert your eyes. This is the smooth purple curly maple with the Ichthys symbol. And it is a single-bladed case knife. So there you go. It is a very handy little knife. Very slim. Very slim. So if you're looking for something with a longer blade but doesn't take up a lot of pocket space, why, maybe a slimline trapper is the way to go.
Oh, finally Byron tells us what's going on.
Purple people eater one-eyed scared me as a kid. Okay. Well, it's got little gold streaks through it too, so just focus on the gold streaks, Byron. Everyone likes gold.
That's what they say.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
The slimline trapper is one of my favorite case knives. Because my dad used to have one. He had a 1964 to 1969 red bone, and that thing would hold an edge like no other knife I've ever seen. He kept it sharp. But that's probably my most favorite case knife as far as that slimline.
That sounds like a good one.
All right, Cal.
Showing that old fixed blade Imperial there, I have another one that I picked up the same day for the same price of $5. And I don't know if you can see that there. Sometimes I can get it. Yeah, Imperial USA. And that was the tank stamp from 46 to 56. And as you said, these things take a wicked edge. I was just messing around with mine, and I thought I might need to strop it, but no way. This thing is very, very sharp already. And mine just has the plastic handles, but I might change them eventually. I don't know. Might just keep it original because they're in really good shape. There's nothing wrong with them, and
That knife is in really good shape.
it's in really good shape.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it, I just started collecting Imperials, so it's just another really good addition to my collection. I did have one more here that I was. Oh yeah, single blade case knife, kind of like that red bone slab side hunter. I'm going to show this any chance I get. This is a single blade 1988 green bone with the silver shield. Well in jack, also called a jumbo rail splitter, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this is one of my favorite knives by far. The green bone plus the 1988 just really solidifies that position. And it being a single blade jackknife is just also fantastic. Love this knife. So, thank you. And I'm also going to take a little, probably a 5-minute break. I got to take care of something real fast, but I will be back.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Terry, we'll go ahead and bring you up so you can show what you got.
Well, y'all done messed around and started showing single blade case, jackknife, copperhead. There it is. 1940 to 1964 case Coke bottle, copperhead, single blade. That knife is as old as I am, if not much older. And
Hey, I had to jump back. On here.
Excuse me.
I just had to jump back on here and say that is a gorgeous knife, Terry.
Keep you from going. That knife right there's got more snappability than I do.
Yeah, that's a great looking knife.
This was a junk store find that I think I gave $10 for it or something.
Wow, that's a fantastic.
In a junk store, and this is one of the ones that I brought home. See, I'm not the knife doctor, but I'm the babysitter. So I brought it home, and I had to take pliers and vice grips to get it apart, and I got it apart about that far. That's as far as I could go. And the guru, Mr. Knife Delights himself, told me, he says, you got to give it a bath. So I did. I gave it a bath in mineral oil for about 3 days, and finally got it apart and worked on it and gave it another bath and worked on it and loved on it. And it's amazing to me that what this knife will do. It's amazing. Just think what this knife would have been like had it not been neglected, because it hadn't been abused. You can tell by looking at it that it hadn't been abused. Well, let me say it hadn't been, abused in that way. It'd been abused in neglect, but that is absolutely wonderful. I don't know
Terry?
exactly what. Yes.
Hey, bring that knife with you next weekend. I might have a sheath for it if you want a sheath, a case sheath.
Well, hot dog, y'all heard it right there live.
Yep.
Yeah, I might have one that'll fit that. Just
all right. It'll certainly go in that bag.
All right, buddy.
But on the other spectrum, this one right here is at least 60 years old. If it, from 40 to 64, it's at least 60 years old. Could be as much as 80 years old. And then this one, it's brand spanking new. And it's the Rough Rider Texas Star Copperhead. And I'll be honest with you, I really enjoy carrying this knife.
Yep.
These little old copperheads and all this, less than $20. These are excellent. I mean, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that
Yep.
snap? That is amazing to me. That's amazing that you can
All
do
right,
that
Joe.
on a $20 knife.
I agree. I think that the Rough Rider Copperheads in any of their series are absolutely a wonderful buy, and something I gravitate to whenever I see a series of Rough Rider knives. If they have a copperhead, more than likely that'll be the first one I'll get.
Well, I'm sold on it. And as a matter of fact, I was going to tell Andrew just earlier. I was looking on the SMKW website. Rough Rider has a new series out, Black Reserve or something other like that.
Yeah, I
What it
saw those.
is, do you see that? And the handles is what they call weave packerwood.
Yeah, it's like a basket weave pattern on wood.
And the pattern that I was about to order one, and they are making the gun stock.
Oh, okay.
The gun stock is sold out that quick. It's gone.
They're going to be coming out with some more gun stocks, I think, in the long rifle series also. There's a bunch of series coming out. I think Tim's School of Fish already ordered all of those Black Reserves. He said, yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm saving my money for 15 other new Rough Riders that are supposed to come out.
I know they're killing me. They're killing me because I don't care what nobody says.
Blue and green bone. They're gonna have the long rifle series, a bunch of jumbo trappers. They're doing some new Rough Rider reserves are going to be coming out in bone also. That'll be kind of new, fascinating.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I had to join the single blade case parade there since we're going to show off some of those. So of course I have the American Workman series. This is a copper lock, but it's got the really beautiful Wharncliffe blade on it, and I love that they put a nice long nail pull on there. So that looks great, and of course you got that beautiful American flag shield. So I really like this, and it's just super nice. You just have to love a copper lock. They are cool. And I did pick up one of the single bladed copper heads when those were out during the vault pattern. And this is in CV steel, but they did a stone wash, kind of a black wash on the blade. Oh, thank you, Too High Strong. Or Too High Strung. That is good. Yes, sir. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you very much. Yes, we are having a great weekend. I'm glad you're here and can participate. Hey, Rhino, I see you're there. But again, a very beautiful knife. And then recently, I just had a video on this. This is the DLT exclusive Bearhead Trapper, and I love that XX shield on it. So this is in natural micarta. And a lot of people are comparing these to a GEC as far as the pull and the fit and finish. I don't have a GEC, so I can't compare it. But if they're like this, then I totally understand why people like the GECs. So this is a very cool one. Again, at DLT Trading Company online. This is an exclusive pattern for them. So it comes in a clip point. They also have a Wharncliffe. So very cool stuff from them. And I'll let somebody else go. But I had to throw in those for the single bladed case people.
Yeah, it's really cool that that place is releasing those exclusives. I don't see that from anybody else,
Wow. I guess Mrs. Knife Delights has showed up. It's been a while since she's been on the program. Did you have something to say, Mrs. Knife Delights? No? You just wanted to show off your Sunday go-to-meeting hat? Okay, gotcha. Very cool. Oh, and a small knife that you keep in the purse, huh? Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Nice little bird and trout.
All right, save the show there, Cal. Show us a knife there, cowboy.
Absolutely. First, I want to show this mini copper lock single blade. I just sent one to Randy's WSG. It was at 2021, and I had two, and he's sending me a very nice Texas toothpick, a full size one. And so I happened to find this just right at the right time, and I know he was wanting a copper lock, so the place he was getting his, they had just sold their copper lock that he was looking at, and so it was very fortunate I found this one, and I was able to send my second one over to him. And this is a 2000 model, and really, really worn bone there. Has a good look to it. You know, the brass pins are starting to turn green around the bone, and I kind of like that. Tarnishing when it does that on the bone. But other than that, it's really well functioning knife. I have a couple of others, but I'm going to save those for in a minute. Talking about single blade knives here, I wasn't going to touch on this, but since we're talking about it, I might as well. This is my knife that I'm making right now, and not trying to bring some sad news into this, but I lost my knife maker on Thursday. He passed away Thursday morning.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm going to be tackling this, by myself for a little bit now, and I got some things to figure out, but I'm going to carry on with it, and I just wanted to give him a proper shout out. His name was Mike Fisher, and he was my mentor, one of the best guys I knew, and truly miss him. So,
Yeah, sorry to hear that. And yes, definitely will. Sorry for losing your mentor.
That's terrible,
and
man.
we'll say
I
a
appreciate it.
prayer for him.
I appreciate that, guys. But that's all I had to share for now.
All right. Okay. Terry's got something.
Single blade case.
Yes, sir.
That's single blade case. That's 2010 half stop. These are, when I was coming up in the 70s, a lot of guys carried knives like this. A lot of guys carried hawkbill knives. Most of them were cheap. I bought this back in 2010 when I visited SMKW for the first time, and it is a 2010, and I used it. I used to carry it a lot, and I actually broke the tip on it and had to do a little work on it, but they're pretty neat. Now, they still make these. Evidently, they sell them, or they wouldn't still make them. But it's pretty neat to to own one.
Yes, sir. That is for sure. Funny how when you buy a new knife, about 10 years later, it's vintage already. Yeah.
That's true.
So don't give up on buying those new knives, because just wait a minute and it'll be hard to get.
That's right.
All righty. Anybody else got something to show? There we go. Right on, Andrew.
I think I've showed it on the show before, but you did show your case copper lock. The Warncliffe is the purple barn board. It's stainless steel. I think RJ, yours is carbon steel, if I'm not mistaken,
yes,
which is really, really cool worker. But yeah, same thing. I'm just glad they came out with these full size. The minis are very cool for a smaller, lighter pocket carry. I've yet to get one. I've been thinking about picking up one, but I really do dig the Warncliffe blade on these. I don't have a case in the clip point, but I do have this Silver Horse. It's basically almost exactly the same size as handles, same shape, copper lock. Of course, this was $15 and pretty decent build. I mean, not case quality, but just to try out the pattern to see if you really like
Right.
it. I was pretty impressed with this. But yeah, I'm glad they're bringing out the full size single bladed, and I really dig this. I hope to see more cover colors with these Warncliffs for sure. I hope they bring back like some sort of harvest orange or something would be great.
Yeah, or the persimmon
Mhm.
bone, and so Case has so many great colors, and they just are, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, when it comes to bone covers, nobody gets it better than they do. They just have a way with doing it. Rough Rider comes close though. I mean, they have a lot of really nice bone covers on Rough Rider knives. Really surprising for the cost of them, but their bone covers are nice as well. You got something you wanted to show there, Cal?
Speaking of quality bone covers, another good company is Fighting Rooster.
Oh yes.
They have exquisite bone covers, in my opinion. This is green bone with crow's foot jigging, and whatever you want to call that shield there. But yeah, this is some fantastic bone here. German made over in Solingen, and I'm sure a lot of people do know this, but Frank Buster was good friends with the owner of Case at the time that they were both making knives, and from what I read, they always traded their knives back and forth, and so I think a lot of that comes through in their knives. That's it.
Yep. Sorry, I was slow on the draw. I was grabbing a couple of knives because I had some to show off here. For a nice green bone, this Hen and Rooster is another one. This was made in Soligen, and just a fine example of a canoe, nice and slim. Love that big fat spear point blade on there. The main blade, it's just awesome. But they did a great job on this. But speaking of the Rough Rider bone, and of course it has that shield also, whatever you want to call it, but this is that whiskey bone or bourbon bone that they had, and great job, great coloration on that. I love the variation in the way that the color took, and this is a really nice lockback. So this is one of the older patterns. This is the RR882. So it's got the little finger choil bolster, and just a really nice thing. Both of these knives came to me from Mark Kaufman. So thank you, Mark. Those were fantastic. But yeah,
Can't
don't
go
ask
wrong
Patty
with
to name this shield. That's for sure, because he's got a name for it for sure.
Oh yeah,
but we'll
can't go
leave
wrong
it. We'll leave it alone. Oh, Tom's brought his shipmate out. Now you slept with that the whole time you were in the Navy, right? Because you were scared. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'd be scared too.
I'm scared now.
You want me to bring you up full screen there, Tom? Okay, let's my voice and get away. Farewell to college joys, we share that break of day. To our last night ashore. Well, thank you, Tom, for that. Yep, salute. That's for sure. All right, Terry, Mama's calling. He's got to go. I understand. All righty. Yeah, I hear you, Patrick. He said all his sacks came from Mark, a whole collection. Yes, I have. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I've not seen Tom so happy. Oh, that's it. Yeah, everybody bring out your singing bears. All right, Terry, you can be our singing bear right now. Show us that knife.
That's the last thing in the world you want me to do is go to singing, RJ. I guarantee you that. We'll leave that to Tom and his teddy bear.
All right.
I got another little single blade jackknife copperhead right there. USA made queen cutlery. That's got some of the most exquisite bone that's in my collection right there. That stuff is just beautiful. I think from what I can tell, looking at the tang stamp, that knife right there was made down real kind of close to the end when the what they call it, the family years or whatever it was that before they shut down. But I mean, it's got excellent snap. It's got, I mean, this knife it's new old stock. I didn't get a box with it. No boy never could find it. He kept looking and looking, never could find it. But this is a different guy at the flea market I go to up in Macon, Georgia, and everything he carries is like this, more of a high end type, not high end, but just very, very nice stuff. And I think I wound up with that one right there for around somewhere between $40 and $50, and was just tickled to death to get it. Proud to own. Proud
That's
to
beautiful.
own. If you was talking about that tobacco bone, Rough Riders tobacco bone,
Yep.
that is just absolutely, in my opinion, the prettiest smooth bone that they make.
I would agree with that. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I know, and they do. I agree that Rough Rider does an excellent job on picking their colors and their bones, but that tobacco bone and that's older stuff. I know Andrew's got something similar to that on his new cotton sampler, and I commented to it because the way it's, to me, they even look even better when the bone don't take the dye in some areas. In other words, like this one right here
Right.
is sort of splotchy, and to
Yeah.
me, that just gives it a lot more character.
I agree. Yeah, that definitely adds to it. I think it adds to the depth of the color as well, because you see that nice variation in it. It does. It looks really good.
Yeah, in other words, where it don't take the color enhances the area that does take the color.
Absolutely. All right. Cal's got some stuff, and I see Mr. Perfect has joined the chat. We'll be there. We'll be back there in a second there.
I was just going to show some bone, that didn't take the color everywhere, and you have your white spots left over. This is some material that I plan on using. Here's the other side, and
yeah, it's beautiful.
I agree with Terry on that one. Got a repaired already knife. This had imitation pearl on it, and Mike Fisher, his nickname was Tank, and he put these stag handles on here, and it's very, very, very form fitting to your hand with how it swoops like that. It fits perfect in your hand.
That's beautiful work. Beautiful work.
Yeah, he was a master. He was, can't speak enough about him and how good he was. I have another one that he repaired here, and these are fighting roosters, by the way. This is a Stockman he repaired for me. just had celluloid handles that were gassing, and I was able to save it before it did any damage to the blade. They're still pristine. With the gold edge there. This is a Bronc Rider, 1993. 1 of 500, and this one is 191 of 500. But yeah, the stag that he chose is it's always exquisite. I got one last one here that is a Fighting Rooster that is a stag from the factory. Just for comparison.
Oh wow. Wow, very close. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
So did he inset those shields when he changed the covers also? Wow, good job.
Yeah. So he had every machine you could think of. He had mill presses, CNC machine. He had a lathe. I mean, he had anything and everything to make a perfect knife.
Wow.
And but yeah, this is from the factory.
Yeah, and I'm using all the stuff from the Harbor Freight. You know,
Hey, that's what you start out with. That's what I got, man. I got all the Bauer, all that stuff.
I would love to have seen his shop, man. I would love to. I'd been like a kid in a candy store.
Get me your email. I have pictures. I'd be happy to send them to you. It's a dream shop. Absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing.
Well,
I have a knife I want to show too whenever.
Yes, sir. We'll go to you, Kevin, and we'll go see Mr. Wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna give some German-made knives some love because that's my next. One of the things I like to collect too is German-made knives. When my son was in officer school in the Marine Corps, we went up to Quantico, and he had some time off on the weekend, and we went down to Fredericksburg, and then we went to an antique shop there, and I was looking around, and I've come across this knife, and I just immediately when I saw it, I just fell in love with it. The wood handles on here is great. You can tell it's got some age in the knife. So it's a beautiful knife. It's a lock blade, single blade, and it's a Hubertus knife. And that company was started in 1932, but you see the brass on the bolsters there. But it is an absolutely gorgeous knife, and it holds an edge. I'm telling you, it is sharp. It's nothing like Solingen steel. I mean, I know American-made steel is great too, but I'm telling you, whenever you get a German-made old knife like this, it is absolutely will hold an edge, and it is sharp as a razor. You can get them really sharp. But it's a beautiful knife, great shape. But I gave $60 for this knife, and I thought it was well worth it because it's in absolutely gorgeous shape, and I just fell in love with it like when I seen it. But it's got a good story behind it too. You know, it's just because my son was in officer school, and I found this knife. But it's a great knife to carry too. I carry it a lot, so but it's a great knife. Just wanted to share all that.
$60 is a great deal for a made in Germany knife for sure.
Yeah. That old too. That's some really pretty wood too. I don't know if you can tell it on here, but it's like a rose. It's just beautiful.
All right, Tom's got his other pal. This is his Mr. Wonderful, which I think actually belongs to Mrs. Knife.
Well, he wanted to show his EDC. So here you go. Show him what do you have there for EDC today? Oh, look at this. A nice little buck lancer. Oh, look at you have a good choice in knives there, Mr. Wonderful. Look at that little lancer. Yeah. Very good. You carry this every day? Yeah. Okay.
I love you. Yes, dear. You've been on my mind all day. That's why I bought you these flowers.
Yeah, that's right. Mrs. Knife Delights made a doll and named it Mr. Wonderful after me because that's me.
You know, honey, why don't you just relax and let me make dinner tonight?
Yep. See, that's me. That's me.
Yes, Tom, you're an inspiration to all of us. Absolutely.
So
Well, here you
Kevin,
go. What's it?
Kevin, what other than the camp knife? I know the camp knife is your favorite knife, but other than that, what is your go-to carry?
Probably a single blade a modern day knife. I like the new Kershaw. It's simply because it's the speed. I actually redone this tip and I absolutely love this knife. It's a snap-on, a USA made, and it's just, and, you know, I took this knife apart and re-greased it. It was really a nasty knife on the inside when I found it. I bought it off of eBay. I actually bought 4 Kershaw knives. One was China made. The other 3 had broke tips, and I paid $30 for 4 knives, and was one of them. And I absolutely love this knife just because it's slim, and I keep it in my front pocket there, and I can just grab it and pull this thing out, and it holds a great edge too, as you can see. But it had a broke tip, and instead of messing with the factory's the original edge, I mean, it's been sharpened before. It's not the original edge, but you know what I'm saying. It's the factory made. I come down to that and met that, and it just turned out really great, and I love that knife.
That's neat. What is that like? Is that a blur? Is that what that is?
It is. It is. It certainly is. But it's a snap-on. And I guess the guy or somebody that picked these knives up, it was a mechanic, because every American-made knife had a broke tip on it, and I redone them all, and I fell in love with this one here. So, but it just feels good. It's very fast, as you can see, and it's a great knife.
Yeah, Kershaw makes
that's one I carry every day now.
Yeah, when I have people will ask me, you know, they're not really knife collectors or what you would call a knife guy, but when people ask me, you know, what kind of knife should they get or whatever, I usually steer them to Kershaw because they have such a wide product line, and it's usually what they're looking for is, you know, something they can clip into their pocket and single blade design, and you know, really can't go wrong with their stuff.
And I prefer the American-made ones over the China on any knife, but they still make some good knives overseas too. So,
yeah. And William is concerned about you, Tom. I think you might need a welfare check. Remember, those people are only there to help you. Oh, wait, one. Okay. Our
Tom's got all the good toys.
I'm going to tell you that the long winter nights just must fly by at your house, Tom. Hey, Richard, I see you're here, and you got your brother Sean with you. That's good. All right. Well, you want to go, Cal? You got something nice there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've showed this one before, but I'm going to show this real quick because it obviously needs to be repaired. Dropped it. Bare end is beautiful, or bare head is beautiful, but very susceptible to damage, as you can see. So I decided I would show y'all some handle material that I've been collecting. Already shown the white green. I have some a little bit darker black green. I picked all these up off of eBay. Here's some. This one's probably my favorite. With the mixture of the white and the black and the green. really good mixture there. Here's some red bone, red and white that I really like.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I appreciate it. I have a couple of other sides to this is in this looks to be winter bottom groove instead of the regular jigging like that. What would y'all call that? What kind of jigging?
I don't know. That's usually what they just have for a jigged bone. It doesn't. I don't think that's a specific
It's
pattern.
beautiful.
Kind
It-
of
yeah, it looks
like
good.
honey bone or something.
So yeah,
Honeycomb.
I have these. Tank had made these. They were going to be on a switchblade, so he put some G10 covers on them, the red G10 there, or I'm sorry, liners, and with the same orange, and then the winter bottom there. So I have those. I got some old stabilized oak. This was here in my town. There used to be a hanging tree that they would hang criminals in all the way up until like the 1920s or something like that. And this was from that tree. A guy went out there and cut it up as it fell off, you know, and sent this to Tank. And so he collected these over time, and I have a few more from the same tree, some stabilized oak. And I'll be using all of this on knife handles and stuff. Here's some paddock wood. I think that's how you pronounce that.
That's really nice, man. Nice
Yeah,
color.
I've got some real pretty ones here.
Really nice book matched there.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
he
nice.
all this stuff here. He gifted me, and just some random bits and pieces. I'm not sure what this is. This is some kind of micarta, maybe. It's very, very, very dense. But I also have some, I guess you'd call it the burlap micarta. I put a little bit of oil on it right there just to see how it would turn, and turned pretty good. I like
Yeah.
it. Oh, I got some weird red bone. Like it's still wet or something. Whenever I got this off of eBay as well, but you can see there it's all the dye is like it's still wet or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to dry it out or something. But yeah, I just have some other really pretty woods. This is some Coco Bolo here. And here's what I've been wanting to find right here: Honduran rosewood burley, and it's extremely rare. Honduran rosewood. That's going to be a fun one to use there.
That's nice. Yeah. Beautiful.
Appreciate it. And I just have a few more here. Bear with me. This is also really pretty stuff here.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
You can kind of see it where I touched it with some oil to see what it would look like. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
very,
nice,
very.
man.
What would you call that stuff there? Just extremely. The camera doesn't do it justice.
Looks like it might have like a bird's eye maple almost. Is kind of what it looks like, but I don't know.
Yeah, like a burl or a bird's eye.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Here's some wormy Brazilian ebony.
Oh wow.
That's
What's
so
that?
cool, man.
You're gonna have some really nice covers on your knife soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other one I showed you all ago was Duracoat. Zero coat. I don't know.
That's nice too.
I don't know what it is, but I think this is some red heart, some cedar. I guess that's what that would be, maybe.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Mhm.
Got a big chunk of that other really burly stuff.
Yeah, somebody asked if that might be spalted maple, but I don't know.
I think that is actually what that might be actually.
Okay. Well, good eye.
And I got this crazy stuff here. I don't know if anybody would like that. Some kind of crazy synthetic there.
BC Gerbs is asking, where do you get all those types of wood? I think you said you got all that off of eBay?
No, I got the bone off of eBay. All of this wood was gifted to me by my knife maker that passed.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky he gave me all this stuff.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's all I had.
Okay.
Very nice. I really like the darker and lighter woods that are mixed in together. Make for some nice covers for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I don't know what that means, that you don't know where your rooster went, but I got a knife to take care of your rooster, Tom. Is that what you're asking about? Because I have the rooster knife here. So I did more research on this thing anyways. I don't know if you guys caught my video on the rooster knife, but yeah, this would be good for just all around use. But you got a nice spear blade on here. This, of course, is the queen version of this. You have the little hacksaw that's used to take care of the spurs on the rooster, and then of course you have the capon blade, which is what a gelded rooster is. So you got this to take care of that. Although, like in most farm work, castration is now done through many more different methods than with a knife. But a capon is a rooster that has been gelded, and they were gelded because back in the day when people were raising a lot of chickens and stuff, you had the hens that were laying the eggs, so they were basically constantly needed for the output and production of eggs. Roosters, if they are still not fixed, then they get kind of stringy and all this other stuff. But if you had a capon, you could fatten them up and then use them as an eating bird, because they would fatten up and they would actually, since they're not really having something, with roosters helping with egg production and growing the flock, with hens actually laying the eggs, you had basically a nice bird that you could fix up as an eating bird. So that was kind of, yeah, there you go. And Jerome says the meat on a capon is tastier than that from a rooster. So
That's a really good find, RJ. Is that scrimshaw on it, or is it like ink?
it's an etched white smooth bone, so
Yeah,
it's got
when they first came out, they were really affordable, and now you can't. It's hard to find them, and they just skyrocketed in price.
They were gone. Actually, it's funny because the first one I saw that I when I didn't even know they were making them was on eBay. I saw one on eBay that was listed for $99, and I was like, "Holy smokes, $99!" And then SMKW came out with them probably a week or two later, and they were selling them right around $35 or $36.
Okay.
And then they totally blew out. As soon as those were released, they were gone like within a week. And they came out with 3 different versions of it. You had the etched smooth bone, the winter bottom bone, and I forget what the third one was, if it was just a plain white bone or not. But they were gone. And then when I went to go find one again, when I was in a position to order some knives, I went to SMKW. They were all sold out. But I went back to eBay and I found one that wasn't that much more than what they were selling them for. at SMKW. So I got a good deal. It was like $42 with shipping. And so I was like, yeah, I'll jump on it. And so I got that one. And so I'm kind of happy that I was able to get one. But yeah, they are definitely, they were in high demand. And like I said, I saw the one that Stephen had on his board for a lot of his videos. And I was totally enamored with that knife because I'd never seen a knife that had a hacksaw blade on it. I thought, my goodness, this is going to be awesome. And then, they were, like I said, they were gone, and was able to grab one. So I did. Yeah.
Bless your heart, Tom. If you're not having technical malfunctions, you're having wardrobe malfunctions.
Oh no, you hurt his one feeling that he had left. Thanks a lot, Cal. He had only one nerve, and you're all over it. Poor boy. So, do you want to explain that, Tom? What does that hat signify? What you got there? A specific infantry? Yes, sir. Blue equals north. And that's where you are. You're in the north. The cold and frozen north. Oh, there you go. And crickets. Yes, Zen, I hear you. And what's so civil about war anyways? Nothing. Okay. So let's look at some knives. It's not Saturday, but I got some Stockmans to show. You want to see some Stockmans, Terry?
Let's see them.
All righty, then I will. So in keeping with our repaired and older knives, here is a 34 OT that this is had a forced patina on these, but this was an eBay find. There's no snap to the main blade at all. But Mark Kaufman went and shined this one up for me and got it looking really good. But it's not bad on those two, but then this one, not so much. But that's about the best we could get out of it. And so I'm thinking it just is just wore out, or the spring is weak or something, but it doesn't give any kind of a snap at all. But then a good antique store find I found was this Hammer brand, and this is their kind of a heavy forge type series. This came out in the early to mid 70s, and this was the Explorer from Hammer brand, and they did a whole series of knives that had the forge marks, and these are like the Ontario forge marks where they're just kind of rolled into the steel. But this is just a great find.
That's a good looking knife.
It is a good looking knife. I could not believe that I found this and it was like $10, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, I would have too. Quick.
Yeah,
I'd offered 8, but
I was happy with 10. I was like 10.
I know. I'm just
go.
messing. I have to try to get what I can, but it's the dance that I like.
Oh, for sure. Then this was a buck 303 Cadet, and I found this in an antique store. And if you remember from my original video, the spay blade was kind of messed up. The edge was just all kinds of rolled and had chips in it and stuff, and the tip was broken off of this sheep's foot blade. But I sent it back to Buck, and they turned it in. I mean, it's just like it's brand new. This is a knife that dates to 92, and it just looks fantastic. And it's just like you just opened it up out of the box. They do such a great job on this. And I really like the 303 Cadet. I don't have a 301 yet. It's on my list, but that But the 303 is just a fantastic knife. I really like it a lot. And I did see your video today, Tom, on the what was it, the Camillus Stockman. Yeah, that was really interesting. I like that. All right, Cal's got some knives. I'll get right back to you, Terry.
I have an Imperial hammer brand. It has the hammer shield, but it is marked Imperial, and it also has those forged marks. As you can see, they're not as prevalent as yours, but they're still there. So I had to show this one. It's a bit smaller than yours as well.
Yeah, this is a full-size Stockman, but it's the same way that it has Imperial on the tank stamp and the hammer brand shield.
I would say this is pretty close to a 6318 Stockman for case. But at that one, I have a repaired hen and rooster here in a second cut stag. The main blade here used to ride real proud when you'd close it. It was due to a back spring issue. So Tank had made another one for me, and now it sits down in there perfect. It was also just loose and floppy. The spring was gone, basically lost all of its springness, and it almost closes a bit too hard now, but that's okay. But yeah, also replaced the shield in it with just a plain round one there. Shield had fell out when my dad was using it. This was his old knife, and it's got like the color of this is really interesting. It's very green and almost like a burgundy in there. Those dark spots, they got a really dark maroon color to it, and this green. And I don't know if that was dyed like that. Being stag, you don't usually hear that, but it really doesn't look bad. I kind of like it. It gives it a lot of character. I'll say that.
We do have a question about what is second cut stag.
So give me 1 second. So second cut stag is referring to so here, this would be the first cut here, and then the second cut would be further down. Just a lot smoother in generally, but that's my understanding of first and second cut. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. And I had one other here that I had repaired, not really repaired, just cleaned up. My buddy found this for me at a garage sale, and it was stuck shut, a 60T lockback, and I might have flipped the bolsters a bit much. They're really, really shiny now, so I'm waiting for those to tarnish up just a hair, just so they're not so shiny. It looks kind of weird to me, but yeah, it opens just fine now. They sure did grind this down very, very weirdly. It's got a weird grind to it. I'm pretty sure they used a grinding wheel, which is please don't ever do that.
Yeah.
Don't use a grinding wheel on a knife.
Yeah.
But
I like those knives there.
Oh man, it opens.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could barely get it open when I got it, and it's on the ground now.
I have a few of those.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
Hey, you know me, I ain't got no shoes on right now.
Whoa!
Of course.
Back to you already. Come on now.
Okay. We just want to make sure you're all right. You got all your toes left. Oh, Tom, be nice. Be nice.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I need to make a joke about corn.
Yeah, corn knives and toenail cutters.
I need a little help with this one right here, y'all. All right. It's definitely a 1976. I know that. All right. But on the Tang stamp, it don't it don't have a 6.3 or anything like that. Kaylin, you know what to help me? It says 087 PE.
The 80, it's an 87 pattern. Then I don't know why it's missing the 3 or the 6, whatever it would be
Yeah.
for the handle material.
Just as plain as day, it says 08. I always do that wrong. It says 087 PE. And now this is the problem with it. The back springs, they're almost non-existent, hardly on the ends of it, no snap at all.
Sprung.
They're not strong at all. I mean, they've lost all their strength. But notice the tangs are completely hidden on this.
Oh yeah.
It's a completely different type of design. You know, the blades are sunken down in there. Completely different design than what any other kind of Stockman is, the way they're hid like that.
Uh-huh.
But I never understood why it says 087 PE. I don't know what does the PE stand for?
I think it's sheep foot and pen knife. Does it have a sheep foot and pen blade?
It does.
That's what that stands for.
Well, not a sheep foot. It has a spade and a pen.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's always the second letter in the so it's a
spade. There's a spade.
Okay.
Right. So you got the spay and then the pen blade. So the second letter for both of those would be a P and an E.
All right.
There you go.
I'm digging that.
But look up other 87 patterns and you'll probably find very comparable ones to it.
Okay. I just thought that was funny to only have, 0. I don't know what a 0 is.
Yeah, they'll generally have a 0 between, the handle material number and the blade number, the amount of blades number. But for it not having those two numbers is quite odd. I've never heard of that.
Maybe does that make this rare enough to be my retirement or anything like that?
That's a no snappability possibility there.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. But this one right here, the main blade has. Just cut myself good with it, but it has absolutely no snappability at all. None.
So how would you repair that, guys? You'd have to completely take it apart and just put new back springs in it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, and that's bone too, right?
It is.
Yeah, when you fooling with bone, man, it's got to be really in dire need of repair, because when you start messing with them pins on that bone, it's so easy to crack that bone.
Yeah,
it's got to be in dire need of bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I will worry about trying to repair it. I found it in a little antique store, and it's beautiful knife. It is beautiful. The blades are perfect on it, and I give $20 for it. Just
that's Delrin, ain't it?
I'm not sure. It's hard for me to tell on some of these older ones.
Yeah.
It's a 76. I know that. So wouldn't a 76? It could either be Delrin or it could be wood, couldn't it?
It could laminated wood.
Yeah. So when you're going to take apart bone covers, always separate from the in between the back spring and the liner, and you should not have any issues with the bone. It should come apart every time, every single time. So I usually take a splitting knife and I will cut straight through with I'll take a mallet and that splitting knife, and I'll cut straight through the pins in between the liner and the back spring, and that'll separate that. And then from there, you can usually work from the back side on that liner. You can take like a little Dremel or some kind of something and mess with the back side on the liner, that pin, to where you can push it out from the back side and not have to worry about, the peen side messing up the bone.
Oh,
So you're going from the back forward.
Yes.
Okay.
See, we're learning all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now you just have to make a video on it.
But you know what you call that knife? Hey, Terry, that knife is what you call perfectly imperfect. You leave it
Perfectly
alone.
perfect.
Yeah.
Good just as is.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said something about sending it back to case, but I don't know that they would do it. Being a 76 model, I mean, the
No.
chances of having the parts for that are slim and none, right?
What they'll do is
I
they'll
think
probably
they
send
will.
you a new knife or something.
But they would keep that one, wouldn't they?
I would think so. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't
I've only
keep-
sent one. I've sent a trapper in before, and they just sent me back a new knife. And but the
Mhm.
trapper, because they always ask you, does it have sentimental value? You know,
Right.
they might send it back then.
Yeah, I don't want to take the chance of losing it. It being, the knives from the 70s,
Yeah.
I don't.
I sent them a knife from 2000, and they sent it back to me in
Well, that's
okay
the way I
condition.
feel, because I have this one right here, which is a 72 model.
Let me go ahead
And
and bring you up so you can show
the
that
guy-
off.
Yeah, it's a 72 model, which is absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
But the guy that I got it from was a mechanic, and he was trying to use it to start the car with and messed it up. So I had to make a little tanto out of it. That's supposed to be a spear blade, but I had to work it down because it had a big old gash in it. But I still love it. That is just as beautiful a knife as I own.
It looks like you acquired a big old gash on your finger, Terry.
Told you.
Yeah, you need a Band-Aid.
I told you. I need a knife doctor.
That's a beautiful 72 canoe for sure.
That is a gorgeous
It is.
canoe.
It is. And my buddy, he was going to throw it away.
What?
Oh my
He
gosh.
was going to throw it away. And I said, don't throw it away. I said, I'll just pay you for it. And I told him, I said, I'll just pay you for it. And I'll give you the money to go get you another knife. I said, so I give him $40 for it.
Oh, very nice, Gizmo.
What's that?
Gizmo said he sent in a 1970 case and they returned his knife.
So they did send it back to you, Gizmo.
Yeah,
What he's saying.
I'd be ashamed of Case if they didn't send something that old back to you.
I know that's right. I would have to know that up front.
Yeah.
So my question is, does Case charge you a fee to repair
Yes.
old knives? Okay, yeah.
Unless you have the warranty paper, you get it for free. They charge me. So it was my dad's knife, so I didn't have the warranty paper, so they charged me $30 to repair a 6318 that had 2 broken blades, and the cover was coming off on one side.
Well, I would gladly pay $30 to be able to repair. Buck will repair one, and if you tell them that the blade is sentimental, they will send you the blade back, even though they put a new blade. And I would be willing to do that on both of these if I thought they would do that.
Buck goes above and beyond with their repairs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, Tom, you want to show off your corn knife? I'll mute so you can speak.
Okay. I've been wanting to show it. This is an actual, honest to goodness corn knife. Now the handle is off of it because I've been wanting to replace the handle on it. It was a wood handle and it was in pretty bad shape. I used this knife as a kid, and we would walk soybeans, and you rotate crops. So one year you have corn, And then that field the next year, they'd plant soybean and they just rotate back and forth. Well, in the soybean field, you'd always get volunteer corn that would come up and weeds and things like that. And you walked beans, you walked down one row and back again, back and forth, and you chopped out all the corn and chopped out the weeds and things like that. So this is an actual corn knife. We've joked about it and talked about it, but I don't know how old this blade is. You know, they're cheap blades. It's just kind of like a machete type knife, only very thin blades. It doesn't have to be heavy duty. I know I started using this one probably in the late 60s. I asked my oldest brother. He remembers it hanging in the garage, from, mid 60s. We don't know if it come from my dad's farm or my grandpa's farm. I mean, who knows how old this is, but this thing has done a lot of cutting. I will say that. So just on a serious note here for just a minute. Thanks, RJ.
You're
welcome. That thing is awesome.
I think they used to call it a sling blade or maybe a Kaiser blade. I don't know, but something like that.
Okay,
Although
boys,
MBNDEDC is asking if that is a spay blade. I said no, it's actually a reverse Tanto, but modified.
allegedly.
Oh boy.
I had one. I've shown it
All
before,
right.
but it's up for repair still.
Okay.
This is another back spring repair here. And I will go ahead and do a video when I separate this. And I'll show how I do that, just to give y'all an idea, because I will be making a new back spring. As you can see, the main one there rides a bit high. I have already worked the tang as much as I'm comfortable working. I don't want to take any more off there. So it will go down to where it needs to go down now, but the rest is going to have to be done with the back spring. So to get that fixed, as you can see, it does not want to open all the way either. And that is because the back spring is already, sunk in about a good 16th to 3/32 there. Without it, it should be riding up, not down, while the blade is opening. So yeah, that's what I'll be repairing there for that.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting to watch. That's for sure.
Well, thank you.
Yep. So everybody's blaming you for the hat competition there, Cal.
That's all right. I've been meaning to wear a hat here anyways, and I forgot to put it on, so I went ahead and grabbed it midstream.
Well, that's fine. Not a problem at all. All right.
I got a fixed blade that's going to have some repair work on it.
All right. Let's bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this one right here has been in my collection for probably 35 years or so. It's made out of a car leaf spring, and the handle is a piece of aluminum that was scrolled on that side and then had some stones in this side.
Well, that's cool.
And when I first got this knife, 35 years ago, Sweet Pea bought it for me, and I used it. I used it, but I broke the tip off of it, and I worked it down a little bit, but it needs a little doctoring. It needs somebody that's got more experience in it than I do. So that just needs a little work done on it. But it's not a high end custom build. It's kind of crudely done, but very, very sentimental nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Is that from the 70s, Terry? You said 70s, 80s.
Well, it would have to be from the mid to late 80s,
Okay.
because my wife bought it for me after we were married. When I've been married since '82, so probably somewhere around 85, 86, something like that.
Nice. We got a question about what knives do you keep under your hats?
What knives do you keep under your hat?
Yeah.
Hang on just a minute. Hang on just a minute, and I'll check. Hang on just a minute, I'll check.
All right.
Hang on, I got to check first.
All right. You go ahead and check then. Oh my goodness.
I found it.
Did you?
Spider
There you
coat.
go. Nice. Spyderco on the brain. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. What in the world have you done, Tom?
I'm wondering that too. I'm confused.
Lord have mercy.
I swear that boy ain't right.
Now you know why. Now you know why Junior's in such a bad shape. The nut didn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, there we go. We got it there.
Kevin,
Mother Tom Risa.
Yes, sir.
what is your next project? What is your next big project you're gonna work on?
Probably this
Besides mine,
knife here.
that one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be this week, but this is going to be a special project to me. And also, my brother, he called me the other day, and he knows that I work on knives, and I told you about that slimline trapper that my dad had, and he has that knife, and one of the handles are broke on that, or the scales, and he wants me to handle that knife. And so I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but that's going to be one of the biggest projects in the next few weeks for me, redoing my dad's knife that I fell in love with and watched him use. That's going to be a touching project for me. It really is.
Yep, that'll be very cool.
Well, one of these like this right here, just a El Cheapo old timer trapper that I had gotten from Tractor Supply. And the plastic is not Delrin. These are plastic. Delrin is a brand name. These are plastic, and they're terrible. They're pulling apart from it and everything. But the knife itself, it's got that 7CR blade steel, which to me, I want y'all to look at that snappability. I love this knife. I love the way that Old Timer does their trappers, because the way they do the blades on their trappers to me is kind of a step above the way Case does it, because Casey got a little bit of a problem getting in there. Not that it's going to stop me from buying them, but that the way that Old Timer does theirs, they're just more accessible. And I love this knife, and I'm going to bring it with me and let you look at it. How hard would it be? I think I would like wood handles on this knife, and I'm not so worried about whether the shield gets back in there or not.
That wouldn't be that hard at all. I mean, we can do something like that. We sure can.
I'm thinking about some type of nice wood handle that I can
Well, I have plenty of cedar trees here, so if you want
that sounds
cedar.
good.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be neat, wouldn't it? With some cedar handles on it.
Sure would.
Don't that sound like a plan?
Yeah, and cedar is such a good wood too.
Yeah, I have cedars down here in the woods that are, to me, they're trying to touch the sun. They're competing, and they grow tall, and the bottom, the branches, they tend to die out, but they're still hard. They're perfect to go down there and saw that off and use a good portion of that and split it and use it for handles. I did a Stockman like that here a while back on one of the videos.
Oh yeah.
So it turned out good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Well, we're getting ready to hit the 2.5 hour mark. I think we might go ahead and wrap it up here, boys. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. I have a cedar to sow my grass. Okay. Do you need to speak, Tom? Do I need to mute so you can speak? Oh, okay. You sure? All right. Well, I guess we were talking about two different kinds of cedars.
Yeah.
But I believe yours was more from Tractor Supply, and the one from Kevin was more out in the woods. So seems so much longer. Sometimes it's there. And we lost Kalen. I don't know what happened. He might have had some more technical difficulties. No, Tom doesn't smoke grass. He just grills it. So all righty. Well, I'm glad all of you have decided to join us. Thank you, panel, for showing off a whole bunch of interesting knives. I hope everybody got something out of this. And we'll see you here with our videos during the week. Be sure to check out the Knife Doctors channel. Oh, and real quick, a couple of channels. I wanted to give a shout out. There are a couple of newer channels. One is called LD's Knives. He's a new channel that just started off, and GR Knives and Outdoors. Go check those guys out. Give them a sub. Let's see if we can get them. I should have said something earlier in the show, but I'll mention something in some of the videos during the week and stuff. We'll see if we can do that. So everybody take care. Have a great week. Thanks for spending some time with us. But we'll see you all next time. All
I enjoyed it.